So I'm gonna figure out this whole YouTube live. I keep seeing a podcast on YouTube, which now X has spaces. I'm still late to the most parties. Uh, if YouTube has the podcasting option, I can never find it when I'm in the car. It's only when I'm like not in the car and not able to actually live. So I don't know. I used to use, way back, my other co-host used Podomatic, and then we just recorded on Skype and threw it up there. But I didn't get to talk much on that show because, it was too big. I mean, we were laying out some very interesting discussions where it was a lot of different topics, but it was mostly interrupted because it was two Jersey people talking, and one of them did too many drugs. But I know I've seen a podcasting option, and I'm just trying to find it. I'm trying to find it on there because somebody asked a couple days ago when I threw this on that, like, hey, why don't we see your face? And I'm like, I'm the OG face for radio. I've been going back through some of the old videos to try to put some of them in a category. I've been updating some playlists, and I'm just trying to see, is there an audio-only option on YouTube? Are they going to compete with Spaces? Are they going to fold under because Google sucks so bad? What are they going to do? Does TikTok have an audio version? Is there like a TikTok audio only version? I'm not happy with iHeart's app. I'm really not happy with it. I remember the first reason I reactivated it was because when I saw that Joe Rogan was going to have Trump on there, I was like, okay, if I try to watch this on YouTube, I know what Google does to this. I know what the people that work at Google will do to this live stream, which they absolutely did. So I was trying to just listen to it on iHeart. You got to put up with their crap on their advertisements. See, I republished a video this morning. I say today, the sun ain't even up yet. I re-upped the video this morning where I was talking about what nobody likes commercials. Like the two things that have created most of the technology, like upgrades, the two things were pornography and trying to get around commercials. Like those are the two innovations that kept technology moving forward. I still go back to Smart Sound on Magnavox televisions. If you're old enough to remember a Smart Sound TV, Smart Sound was added to Magnavox's televisions for one reason, and they still friggin' do it all these decades later. They only added Smart Sound because when a commercial comes on, it's too loud. And they have psychological focus groups that say you need this commercial loud on purpose so that people walk to the television and have to turn it down. And if they walk to the television and they have to turn it down, their thumb will click the down button. They're more likely to listen to the next few seconds. So make sure you make your commercials loud. That is psychology. That is done on purpose because people don't like commercials. Knowing that people don't like commercials created the innovations in technology to avoid commercials. Netflix was the antidote to commercial HBO and Cinemax, and it became the alternative where even when you went to Blockbuster Video and got movies, the Blockbuster deal that they made with the movie companies was you're going to put extra advertisements for other movies on the beginning of this. Like if you went to Blockbuster when they were selling you old DVDs, you used to see that the Blockbuster DVD had more commercial trailers at the beginning. When we started going to the movie theater, and the movie theater started playing car commercials in addition to all of their trailers, it's like, oh, so now you can't even go to the movie theater to avoid commercials. I mean, Let's Go Out to the Lobby was the original commercial that a lot of theaters started to have because they were trying to get you to buy popcorn and really expensive candy. We can't, I mean, I do the thumbs down driving. We can't even go to the gas station where we don't have to sit and watch a commercial when we're friggin' pumping gas. So I imagine if a Tesla charging station has not been burnt to the ground, it probably also needs a television screen so that everybody knows while you're charging your car, which I think still takes like 3 hours or something crazy like that. I don't know. Do they have fast charging stations that get you in and out in less than 45 minutes? I hope so. We need a television, right? Because we need to be able to plug in our application so that we can reach all the streaming apps that now have commercials on them. Ad block. I see I'm from Jersey, so we say ad block. But ad block was made for blocking advertisements. And the technology of Google just got better at getting around it. And now what do we have for YouTube? I still am old enough to remember when Google gave you unlimited storage space. And they were the antidote to Apple. The antidote to Apple's you've got to pay for your own stuff. Well, now 15 gigabytes is your maximum Google Drive space. 15 gigabytes. Much too smart now to keep you load that much stuff without having a bunch of metadata given to advertising companies. Watch Social Dilemma. You are the product. You are the product. You get nothing for free that you do not become somebody else's information. This video, even the piss dribble that I have always been of a like a subscription, whatever, like people actually subscribed and listening to this nonsense. This is giving Alphabet all of my driving info. It is giving location data for no other reason than to try to target commercials that have nothing to do with what I'm interested in at all. Because if the metadata actually served its purpose and tailored my advertisements, they would be advertising how to nuke advertisements. I want to buy a nuclear device and exterminate and eliminate and vaporize all advertisements. Where is that commercial? You cannot opt out of commercials everywhere. You can opt into less commercials. But we're approaching somehow an election cycle. It's amazing how quick that happens. And you will not in this free country, you will not be able to go on anything for the next year and a half without listening and watching and seeing commercials for bullshit things made by bullshit people financed by Mr. Bullshit. He's buying radio stations. He's buying radio stations because terrestrial radio, even though it's still commercial as well, terrestrial radio can avoid the kind of metadata that's that just infiltrates every satellite, that is attached to everything. But it's also to control the message so that if an actual nuke was to hit, the terrestrial radio might remain. And if it might remain, Mr. Bullshit has to control state-run media. Has to control it. That man has the biggest bags underneath his eyes, and yet I don't understand how he's even actually still a human that's alive. But his company, his organizations, his American societies are financed in every other country through every other advertising source of revenue to fund so-called protests that are really just domestic terror. Advertising works its way back into corrupt financiers of state-controlled, and state meaning the puppeteers behind the puppets. State-controlled messaging, narrative. Anyone that actually watches uninterrupted press conferences should be able to recognize when they ask the same question over and over and over again. It's because the story has already been written. If the story was already written, they're looking for the exact sound clip that they need to plug into the story, the narrative that was already written. All for what? For ratings, for views, for clicks. Salacious news is advertising. It's advertising. Nobody drives eyeballs more than state-run, controlled, take this drug. I want you on this drug 99% of your day. And the 1% that you're sleeping, we're still sending out your data that's going to tell Alphabet and all these other things they're about to wake up. And when they wake up, you need to hit them with this. Nobody likes these commercials. Nobody thinks that any of this stuff is valuable. I republished that video from 8 years ago where I was just like, who goes to work and works and drives and does all the stuff that they do? Who does all of that to say, I cannot wait till I get home to sit and watch these commercials? I have missed commercials all day. I need to go home and catch up on my commercials, catch up on these ads. I have had 9 to 12 hours worth of work where I couldn't see commercials, other than the work that I do on my work computer is littered with commercials, even in private work servers. The technology battle has constantly been to try to avoid this. And yet, somehow, this money that they spend fortunes for continues to be unavoidable. I've never titled this rant. I never titled this rant because all I was trying to do was start the podcast, start the audio only. But I would love to know, when you upload this, when you watch this, it's going to take all day. That's what cracks me up as well. It's going to take all day for this thing to process whatever it's doing. And it's still going to put a commercial on it. Before Grandpop Google ever changed their policy, I had worked my way with advertising revenue, the big hypocrite that I am, to $78. When I got to 100, they were going to give me my first check. Then they just changed their policy. They just changed it. I tried to remove videos. I tried to remove commercials from every one of my videos, and it didn't work. I had enough other accounts in different places where I was like, if I watch my commercial, if I watch my video, there's still a commercial. But I took commercials off of my videos because AdSense, which I don't even know what the hell they're calling it now, basically took my revenue in 2013. No, not 13, 2017. February of 2017. And even when I appealed to them and they said, you know, this is the policy, and basically if you hit these thresholds, you can still go before the review board and then they'll determine, and you can pick up where you left off. But never once did they say, but we're still keeping commercials on your videos even when you take them off, and we'll take the revenue. How is that right? It's right because they're a publisher. They've always been a publisher. They just pretend when it comes to legal things that they're a platform. And they're a publisher that is financed by the likes of Mr. Bullshit and the like. If they were not, Soros would never be allowed on YouTube. Would never be allowed. Would never be involved. But he is.